sports analysis,
entertainment reviews,
and everything in between.
Yo, what's that word? Third 12 Innings Podcast, episode by 71. Again, just I hope y'all liked our new format, man, that we introduced to y'all. We got a lot of I got a lot of personal critiques about it and good things I heard about it and all this type of stuff. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the content of the episode. I know we added a few variables that we're gonna continue going forward. I'm here with my guy Byron tonight. How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. It's just gonna be me and my guy tonight. You know, Khalil, doing shout out and prayers to everybody that's dealing with the recovery efforts of Hurricane Milton down there in South and West and Central Florida. Tonight, like we started last episode and going forward, we're gonna start with the Reddit warm up. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the post. Again, y'all comment down below what y'all think about the post, and we're gonna see and chop it up about it. So this is from the job subreddit. Everybody need a job. But
that's real.
This is about career development. So it said, I'm a 24-year-old guy. I know I was never going to college, so I went to truck driving school and got my CDL. I've been a garbage man for the past 2 years, and I feel a sense of embarrassment doing it. It's a solid job, great benefits, and I currently make $24 an hour. I can see myself doing this job for a long time. However, whenever someone asks me what I do for work, I feel embarrassed. Should I feel this way?
Oof. I'll say I got a like a little feel to it because I personally managed Starbucks for about 10 years. Like when I was younger, it was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? You manage a store, you know what I'm saying? But it's Starbucks. And then as I got older, you know what I'm saying, becoming more of an adult and being in that world, I'm like, okay, now saying this to an adult group of people who have, you know, different kind of business jobs, things like that, and different kind of levels of careers. I'm like, okay, managing a Starbucks is not something I want to do. And now I have, you know, a different kind of job that is more, you know, professional. I feel more respected, and I feel, you know, like when I say this, that where I work for, it feels more cachet to it.
Mm.
So yeah, I can definitely respect that for sure.
I feel like, hell no, you shouldn't be embarrassed, bro, because at the end of the day, you're making good money, you got good benefits, and that you happy. You said you could see yourself doing this for a while, for a long time, bro. That's something that a lot of people don't experience every day when they go to the job. I would making to say damn near most people when they go to the job, they feel like, well, I can't wait to get off work. or hell no, this ain't it for me. But at the end of the day, bro, I really think you should be happy with your situation, bro. If you're already happy with your situation and say your job with proud, bro, you 24. You already want where you want to be. A lot of people out there, including myself, I'm not at the job or career that I want. I'm still building towards that. It's gonna take a little bit more time because I'm investing myself in something that's gonna take more time, but that's something I'm prepared to do rather than being a dead end situation for a long period of time going forward. You already found something that you feel like you happy with. And bro, honestly, your job is super important, bro. Like your job is super important for the planet type situation. Like I get what you're saying, but you're going based off of stigma, bro. And at the end of the day, you can't go off of what everybody else think, bro. Especially when you happy, your family happy, your future family is gonna be happy with the man that you already are at 24 years old. With a lot of people never get to become. They never find what's happiness for them. They never achieve that passion about what they do in this life, career wise. So shout out to you, bro. And I say, hold your head, bro. You ain't got nothing to be embarrassed about. When I was younger, I wanted to be a garbage man. Like, so I still got dreams of being the postman. Like, I want to do other stuff, but that's something that lingers. Like I just found it so cool to like people delivering mail and how people react to them and the relationships that you build over years of them seeing you. I know mail ain't as important now because the internet and email and all this type of stuff. But the mailman, that used to be the job back in the day. The postman and the garbage man used to be like the career guys that you see every day, for sure.
Hey, $24 ain't nothing to scratch at either. Here's some money, bro.
For real. And I don't know what state you in, but $24 is different everywhere, my boy. So
Hey,
hopefully
you
you in
come
a
out here,
place where
they
what you say?
stretch.
Yeah. If you in Florida making 24, you super duper straight.
Oh, beyond
Yeah, what?
living
Uh,
lavish.
what? But hey, so with that being said, that was a good Reddit warm up right there. Moving on to our central topics that we're gonna talk about tonight. The first one is just the overall view of two Jets fans. It's convenient that we both home. What's been going on with the Jets? So where you want to start, my guy?
Whew. Jets have been. We've been in limbo this season. So 2-3 in a good space, trying to make a push with the team that we have. Uh, Getting rid of our our head coach now in Robert Saleh. I feel like me personally, that's a good move. I know it kind of shakes up things in the sense of it's never really been done in the mid of the season. I mean, I wouldn't say never, rarely have been done in the middle of the season, especially at the beginning when we're only 2-3 and we have about 3 to 4 more months possibly of football to go. Getting rid of Nat Hackett, wonderful, wonderful job. That is not a play caller. We saw that in Denver. We saw that in Green Bay. I mean, how many times? Like, if they show you who you are, believe me.
Yeah.
And he's not a good coach. I mean, he's not a good play caller. I mean, he might be a great developer of QBs, and I can say that. Hey, wonderful at that. Stick with a QB job, but calling for an organization, any organization, is not what he should be doing. So I'm glad that Woody got rid of him as well. And
Well, before you go
uh,
too far, I want to stick on those few topics first and
go
then
ahead,
chop
go
it
ahead.
up
Yeah.
about them. So first you mentioned Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not for mid-season firings, honestly. Because I feel like if you're gonna fire a guy mid-season, you should have fired him in the off-season. Because you kind of
Facts.
going into the
Facts.
season expecting like if he's fired mid-season, he was on his last legs coming into the year. So you already in sports, I feel like you should make the move before the move has to be made for you. Um, so
Understandable.
I think that you could have given the man the rest of the year. We are about to play the Buffalo Bills on Sunday for a chance to be the first in the division. Um, you could at least given him that chance to see if he can make it to first in the division and let the rest of the year play out. Now, I also heard that it's also been reported, I should say, that the man was escorted out of the building by the
Yes.
security before he could even address the team. Excuse my French, but that's a bit fucked up. Like you could have let the man address the team, the players that he's been building these relationships. They has responsibilities with giving them opportunities in the NFL. You could have let him address the team, address his coaching staff one last time before he left and stuff like that. It's not like he would have led a mutiny or anything like that. I thought that was kind of messed up. And to hear that it was solely Jets owner Woody Johnson that made the decision. He didn't consult with Joe Douglas. I don't think that bears well on the future of anybody in the organization. When the GM, the ones who hire the coaches, aren't consulted about that decision.
But that wasn't Woody's pick though.
Oh,
He
Salah?
was Woody wasn't there when they selected Robert Saleh. He was being an ambassador in another country for something, doing something. and then
That's
he
real.
came back and they have already hired Robert Saleh. So initially that wasn't Woody's guy. They gave him he's been what now 4 seasons. This was his 4th season with us.
Mhm.
1 second. Fifth, sorry, 20-36. That is a 3.57 winning percentage. Like,
Oh,
it's terrible. Like,
It
I
was,
mean,
but I think you got to factor in. Look at who's been the quarterback since he
yes,
you feel
yeah,
me?
for sure, for sure.
Like,
And I'm not doubting him as a defensive coach or a
mhm.
linebackers coach. I'm not doubting him at that. He's wonderful at that position. He knows defense. As a head coach, he's not a leader of men. He is not a leader of men. He doesn't know how to portray himself as a leader. He doesn't know how to get what he wants out of the men to make them better. And I don't see him doing that out of anybody. Yes, he can call some great plays on defense, and he does that with the best of them. And his resume shows that in college, in Houston, when he was in Seattle, Jacksonville, and 49ers. Like, he's been around. He has a great resume. But on as a head coach and leading those men, he hasn't really done a great job of that, and he hasn't really showed that he could.
I feel you. I respect your opinion on that.
And as a head coach, you need that quality. Like, how you gonna get like anything out of your guys if they don't respect you or wouldn't run through that wall for you?
That's true. You need that, especially when, like you said, when you're at the highest levels, like these grown men at the end of the day with
Grown
families
men, bro.
and stuff like that. So I respect that, but I still stand by. I believe they could have gave him to the end of the year, especially when you're not going to hire his replacement. Now, the second thing you mentioned was Todd Nathaniel Hackett being demoted, and they
Mhm.
upgrading the role of Todd Downing to play caller OC. Wasn't good in his last 3 cents. Around mid 20s as far as offensive efficiency, but I do think they just needed another voice in that room because I agree with you 100%. Nathaniel Hackett is trash. I don't think people understand how bad you got to be fired in the same season you was hired as a head coach. You got to be truly like that's what you call not a leader of men. Like there has to be more than on the field resume because if you're a new coach, unless you're one of those premier franchises, you kind of expect to be sorry your first year. So for them to fire him, it had to be way more stuff going on behind the scenes for them to make that move. And then go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, finish that, because then I'm gonna
Oh,
just harp on that a little bit after that.
yeah. So it was obviously Nathaniel. I believe it was an Aaron Rodgers led offense. There were reports out there that he gave Aaron 3 sets of plays and allowed him to pick from those 3 plays before every snap. Um, to be honest, I don't see much of the offense changing going forward the rest of the year. Coach Albrecht, the new head coach, interim head coach, he's a defensive guy too. And with the same voices in that room, I don't expect much difference, but I hope for difference. What you're about to say about Nathaniel?
Um, just Nathaniel in general, of him being there, just shows another reason why Robert Saleh wasn't a great pick because he let this happen. If you're the head coach of a team and you know that this guy isn't will be good for your offense, can't call it his way out of a shoebox, and really can't really can't do anything with your offense, and them not even respecting you and talking to the whole team to fire you just shows like you had no respect in general in this organization.
Yeah,
Not Hackett, no respect at all. Literally, the only reason he's there is because of Aaron Rodgers.
thanks.
Obviously, I can't. You can't blame Rodgers for getting. You can't blame Rodgers for getting his homie a job. Because if anybody can get their homie a job, they're gonna get their homie a job. It's up for the job to be like, no.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and now
just
they
Nate.
got to that point.
Basically,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And Tyler was the scapegoat. Unfortunately, he had to be that. They
Mm,
had to shake up things, and to shake up things, you got to shake up everything. And they did only the way the Jets could do it because this has barely been done, and barely been done the way we've done it
yeah,
as an organization. And I mean, under the tender, this has just been a crazy organization, man.
yeah.
Crazy organization.
That,
And to
that,
be a Jets fan, it
yeah,
drives me crazy.
yeah, it's nuts. Like the thing what gets me though is, and I bet they do it again. They're gonna hire a dude that's defensive minded. If Jeff Aubrey, if he doesn't keep the job, which I think there is like a possibility that he does, because he's been talked about as head coach material for some years now. If he doesn't keep the job, man, I think they're going to end up hiring another defensive minded guy. When for the last
Whew.
two hires, I've been like, man, let's try to get an offensive guy in here, man. Like I was telling you
Yeah,
earlier in the offseason, I was like, bruh, I get it. We got these players, these top players, but most of them are on defense, bro. Like I want to see like a game breaking offensive talent on the team. Like I want that guy that we could like I love defense. I'm a defensive guy, but I want to have that guy that it's like it's mandatory. I got to get his jersey. Like he
yeah,
different. Like he can change the scoreboard. But
facts.
it is what it is, man. I would love for the Jets to go get Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions. Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel. We ain't got to this part, but I guess we could transition to this. Who do you think would be viable head coaching candidates if they don't, unless Albrecht has a great year? Maybe you can include them on your list as well. Who would you have like as a top two or three or a couple names for like head coaching candidates at the end of the year?
Um, well, my first one for sure is Bill Belichick. I mean, defensive minded, obviously, but hey, if we can get Bill, I feel like because he's gonna be respected for sure. Nobody's gonna be able to come in. I don't care if you're Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if you're, anybody to be able to tell Bill Belichick what they're gonna do and what they're not. We're not gonna hire him as a GM for sure. Just head coach. We don't need you as a GM. You don't make good picks. We just need you to coach this team, be leader of men, which you are. You've shown that year after year after year. You know what I'm saying? Leading the Patriots teams to championships and making them a great dynasty. We have the talent. We've had the talent for 3, 4 years now. It's time to put this talent together, actually put them together and get rid of that. I mean, a lot of our guys weren't really want to do anything. But my second guy I would like to say is Bobby Slowkick. Slowkick. How you pronounce it? Last name?
Who? Where is he?
Um,
Who is he? Where is he from?
I believe he was in Tennessee. One second. I should have put his name next to it.
While you talking about that, I would love Ben Johnson. It's probably number one. I was saying Mike Vrabel, probably Ben Johnson number one because he's producing explosive offenses with Jared Goff, obviously everybody over there on the Lions, and I think as far as personnel wise, we got a Garrett Wilson who I think could be super incredible in the slot. But if they end up adding Devontae Adams, we got receivers all over the field. We got two explosive running backs. Our offensive line got to get better. There's no way around that. They're
But
bad run and pass blocking. I think Aaron Rodgers has been hit an insane amount of times the past 2 weeks. I think he's been hit 25 times in the past two games,
yep.
which was reported, which is insane amount of just being touched, especially with the
Hmm.
guy coming off of Achilles injury. And he came up lame. At the end of the Vikings game there where he got hurt. So man, hopefully Aaron he's got time to heal this week. He's ready to go versus a solid Bills defensive team. But Ben Johnson would be my number one pick as of right now.
Yeah, man. Bobby. I really want to get his man name right. Sloweek. Sloweek. He play. He right now he coaches in Texas to in Texas right now. Not I can't forget that. Why always forget that freaking name?
Is
Where
Texas who? Texans or the Longhorns?
Texans? Yeah, the
Okay.
Texans.
What is he, the
Yeah, he
OC?
coaches for the Texans. Yes, he's an OC.
Okay, so
Uh,
why
he
him?
coached. He with these last few years, they've been pretty decent. I mean, I wouldn't say of making runs and knocking teams out the playoffs the year before Stroud, and then getting C.J. Stroud, noticing that talent and being able to coach that talent and get the right plays around him and being able to use what he knows as this is what CJ Stroud is best at. This is what's going to open up this team and develop them. And they've been great these last 2 years. I mean, the last year and then these last couple of games, what like we're in week 5, almost week 6. These last few games, throwing 250 plus, winning all these games and averaging almost 28 some points per game or higher. So I'm loving that kind of mindset, and he has that new offensive mindset where they're doing motions, we're doing stacks, we're doing bunches, and we're having that kind of movement around the offense where they don't know what's going to be happening every single time, like Nathaniel Hackett. Like literally, you see guys line up, you see guys
Yeah,
line up, man. You know what they're going to be doing.
facts. Get a couple slants, couple
Yeah,
hands off, gonna punt the ball.
that's it. That's it.
It's gonna be the punt. That's gonna
Mm,
be a play on this sheet by the end of this
yeah,
series. The punt.
yeah.
But second I would have Mike Vrabel. Loved him when he was with the Houston. I was about to say Oilers. Woo. But
Crying. Oh,
with the Tennessee Titans.
oh.
But Tennessee Titans, man, he did well there. I was surprised to see him go, but Bill I think they hired Callahan, who's a decent coach, offensive line guy. Variable was more of a defensive guy. Um, yeah, he played for Bill Belichick and those guys back in the day. Of course, you
Yeah,
playing for Bill Belichick, you're guaranteed that win a couple Super Bowl rings. So he's been around championship
championship. Yeah,
organizations. Of course, he was leading those Tennessee Titans team deep into the playoffs. They had a couple upsets, the Baltimore Ravens. So I think he was doing well there, man. And they would have gave him a little bit more time. He could have broke through, but it didn't work out. And he's on the coaching market, and I think he'd be a solid pickup for the Jets, even though he doesn't fit the mold that I would necessarily want right now. That's why I have Ben Johnson ahead of him. And I have one more guy, excuse me, and I'll let you get your guy in, then I'll get my final guy in.
my final guy is Brian Flores out in Vikings.
Yep.
Seeing what he's doing with that offense out there, turning them up, even with Sam Darnold, got him as an MVP candidate. So that's a wonderful thing. And we couldn't even do anything with Sam Darnold. I
Mm-hmm.
still think he's trash. He's gonna turn back into, what I'm saying, trash pretty soon. But hey, I don't wish that on nobody. If you keep doing good, keep doing good. But I think he'll be a wonderful addition to our team with the weapons that we have. I mean, they have Justin Jefferson. I feel like we can have a comparable receiver in that with Wilson. And then, like Brodrick said, if we were to get Devontae Adams, oh man, that would open up our offense so much it would be ridiculous. We would take that our average now. I'll say at least up 10 to 12 points, easy, easy. But uh, we need new coaching. I love the heck. I mean, I love the coach we got now. If he was to stay the coach, I would not mind. The guys love him. He's a great leader. Um, but hey, if we were to get somebody for sure, that'd be my third choice.
Another reason why I said, and I like Brian Flores too. Another reason why I think Mike Vrabel and the coach, I'm about to say this, I trust them to hire a good offensive line. Our defense said if Albrecht, I would agree with him staying if he hires a great OC, like a top flight OC, then I
Facts.
definitely wouldn't mind him staying. But for my third guy, I'm gonna go with a guy who's producing explosive offense this year. Been impressed with him. Thought he was failing up at one point in his career. It was no question. He was definitely failing up. He got fired from Texas Tech, got hired from Arizona, got fired from Arizona.
I know
But
he's
he's doing wonders with Jaden Daniels this year. Washington took a chance on him as an OC. I think he works well as an OC, and if he can keep somebody like Albrecht around, or just keep continually on the defensive side, and he takes over play calling, I love to see that. And obviously, I'm talking about Cliff Kingsbury, OC for the Washington Commanders, for the Washington Commanders, and I think he has explosive offense. I'm looking for an offensive guy to get in there. And honestly, man, I want to go young at quarterback as well, man. But if we can have um Wilson, Devontae, and all these playmakers and these guys just needing somebody to unlock certain things within them. Aaron could ride it out for one more year with Cliff as the coach, and then we could move on to a young quarterback that we take in the draft. Again, I'm not too, how do I say this, enthused by the quarterbacks of this year. Um, but there are some players who I think could be, top 15 to 20 and with special development around them, maybe reach top 10 status in this draft. Um, but, like I said, if Aaron could stay one more year after this season and we get some of them playmakers in, including Devontae, I think we could have some on our hand with somebody like Ben Johnson, Cliff, Mike Vrabel, and all the men that you mentioned here tonight. It was a good conversation about the Jets. As Jets fans, you could tell, that's the squad. Um,
right.
but moving on, have you seen any NBA preseason standouts that you want to chop it up about?
My only guy so far has been Miles McBride. I think that's how you say it, man.
Mm-hmm.
McBride from the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
He's been taking off, man. Averaging about 20 some points per game, and so what, about 2, 3 games so far they play, dropping dropping buckets, man, coming off the bench, and just to average 20 some points off the bench. I think it's his third year.
Mm-hmm.
He's just showing that growth that he's had, and not being afraid to shoot that thing. And he does it at a high clip, and that's gonna get you a job in the NBA and keep you a job in the NBA for sure. Post
He's
Harrison Barnes type player.
for sure. He gonna be their number one source of offense off that bench, but also the number one playmaker coming off that bench as well.
Facts, facts.
So that's going to be ultra important when you in Tom Thibodeau's system, because if you coming off the bench for Tom Thibodeau, you damn near a starter, because he only playing by 7 people, 8 at the max.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
He's playing some high minutes.
yeah. Hey, 6 man, you probably playing
Averaging
starters
30,
minutes for real, for
30 minutes a game.
real. But I've been impressed with McBride too. I would say if I would say a team, I've been super impressed with Charlotte, and for my player standout, it would be LaMelo.
Yeah,
Coming
that's
off an
gonna be my second
injury.
player.
Oh, that was a second player for sure.
Well, like he would have been my second player, but I kind of figured he was gonna pick him.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Hey, but LaMelo also tied with McBride for number one in points so far as preseason average with 22. I do believe LaMelo is leading the league in assists in the preseason, and he's always been a great rebounder. He's a 6'7" through 6'9" point guard in the mold of, I'm not saying he's these players at all, but just in a physical mold of a Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Penny Hardaway. Penny actually reminds me probably the most of LaMelo. They actually play very, very similarly, actually. Um, I think Clark Lee is going to do wonders for him, and especially the maturity of that team. Clark Lee was assistant coach on a NBA champion Boston Celtics. So there was Sam Cassell and Joe Mazzulla. So they know what a championship organization looks like. Obviously, for that Charlotte Hornet team, it's going to be a lot of uh, maturity development involved, because there's a lot of jokes about the Hornets, You know that them boys over there sipping lean and partying and racing and just being young dudes with a
Wow.
bunch of money. You know?
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
And I also would say, even though Dame Lillard, I probably shouldn't even say this, but even though Dame Lillard got the best bars as an athlete rapper, in my
Don't
opinion.
say it.
Nah,
Don't
I
say
gotta
it,
say
bro.
it, bro. The
Don't
first
say it,
one,
bro.
I gotta say it, bro.
Ah,
The one who I enjoy the most listening to, aesthetically listening to, it gotta be Miles Bridges.
garbage. Garbage. I just flew my big shot too. Bro, if you don't get your
Hey, I think Miles Bridges hard rapping, like to be honest. But yeah, they ain't got the best bars for sure. But I think Miles, rapping wise, ain't nobody rapping better than the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know if they can win 40 games, but they ain't on the music side, ain't nobody rocking with them boys.
Darren Waller's song was better than his. Yeah.
Oh nah, you trying, you going too far.
That
Hell
boy
no.
is garbage juice.
Oh man, I can't get down with that one. I can't get it. If you want to say you got better bars, it's not even a question. But
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
but I got
hey.
LaMelo Ball, man. Shout out Miles.
Yeah,
Well, I ain't gonna say what I was about to say, not shout out, but yeah, that boy, music wise, I can't say I don't enjoy it.
I feel
um,
you. I feel you.
um, upsets. What our final topic here before we go to 32 Innings bets, and I'll be doing that since our boy ain't here tonight. We'll both be doing it. Just giving your thoughts on some of them, but last Saturday, week 6 in college football was the day of epic proportions as far as upsets. Uh, what's your thoughts generally on the upsets around college football last week?
Well, we're gonna go with the biggest upset. And Vandy beating Alabama 40-35. The
Don't even
boys,
celebrate.
right? Vanderbilt. It's
Yeah,
insane. But they're in the SEC. They get some talent. Obviously, we're in a new age, new era of football. You got some money, which there are SEC team and they have money. You get some players.
yeah,
Now it's a little bit different. You can get a lot of those high-ranking players if you got that money. You throw them a bag, they're gonna come to your school. You can basically my career your roster nowadays in the NCAA, which is crazy. And if you can do it, you can make it happen. Um,
Before you
you
move
got
on, before you move on from that one, that was an epic proportion. I honestly thought I would never see Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Like I just thought I'd never see that,
in
honestly.
a lifetime.
Yeah, that's Clark Lee is a great coach. He is a great coach. They also damn near upset Missouri. You know what I'm saying? They beat Boston, or I'm sorry, I had to look that up, but I believe they beat Boston College, who was ranked at the time. So
Right.
Vanderbilt,
Last time Vanderbilt beat Bama was 1935.
yeah. So a minute, it's been a little
A
minute.
minute, generations, generations. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
almost 100 years is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
look, but at the end of the day, that has to take some of the sale out of Vanderbilt is deep. Clark Lee is a legit coach. They're decent this year. They pretty good. But
Yeah.
Alabama was number one in the nation. They was coming off beating Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, there's I don't know because you know what? These guys aren't pro players, even though they're basically pro players. But saying
NFL
that, what
year.
I'm trying to get to is there's such thing as emotional letdowns, or you coming off this high of a game, right? They know they got these big games coming up, and it's like you look at the schedule, and it's like, man, we playing Vanderbilt, man. This is a stat game. You feel me? Like this is a stat game, man. It is what it is. We ain't going because I feel like it's a failure on the coaches and on the player side of things when you have a upset of that proportions. Like you
Yeah.
can't be as focused. You had to be looking ahead, probably at practicing, installing game plans for the next coming weeks and stuff like that. When you have seemingly harder opponents and stuff like that, and you take your foot off the gas because you think you're playing somebody better. Like even that
Yeah.
happens even at the high school level. We
Hmm.
we playing. We played for Lehigh Lightning. You see goddamn East Lee or Riverdale coming up. It's natural to be like, but the week before them, you playing somebody like, with all due respect, you're playing somebody like, let me see, Gateway. Respectfully, or you playing like,
Sheesh.
um, I'm saying before we got the Gateway, but you saying somebody like,
True.
I don't even want to disrespect nobody because Lehigh kind of been fooled before. So you playing somebody like back in the day, Golden Gate or somebody like that. You think you got an automatic dub on the resume, and then you going
Mm.
into this super emotional game, and that's a real thing. So unfortunately, upset happens, and it is what it is. I think they dropped
Yeah.
to 7, which
Hmm.
is you got to give them the win over Georgia, but
Yep. You can't be
dropping,
top five right now.
yeah,
And
you
it
can't.
wasn't even really a stat game because I
Yeah.
mean Jalen Merrill was pedestrian with 310, a pick. None of the receivers went over 100 yards. The young guy Williams literally only had 82 yards on the tutty. No other receiver had a touchdown.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't really like a no stat game. Like those guys were pedestrian.
yeah,
They
but I'm
played
saying
down
they
to their
going
level.
into it with a
You know what I'm saying?
mentality
They
that's a
played
stat
down. They
game.
came to play down to their team level,
Yeah,
and that's when you got
close.
washed.
Yeah. So let me ask you this real quick before we go and talk about the other assets. What do you think Jalen Milroe would want to draft right now? Where would you pick Jalen Milroe right now in the draft?
Are we doing complete draft or are we doing as just quarterbacks?
Just quarterbacks, like round, where you think he would go? What you know?
I'll say he's definitely probably going to be top three quarterback off the draft, off the board for sure. Um, Second round, late first, second round.
Mm. You
Because
think
who
he?
all needs a quarterback?
A lot of
I mean,
people
there's a
do.
couple. I'll say there's a couple teams. I'll say about there's a good solid 6 teams that really need a quarterback.
That's a lot.
But you got to realize if there's not a lot of teams that if you know you don't have the caliber of players to where if you bring in a rookie quarterback that's not going to push the envelope, they're not going to be drafting a quarterback. So you got to think of all the teams that think, okay, we're missing a quarterback that can help us at least get to the push of playoffs. So
The thing is, I don't like teams that draft that way. Respectfully, I don't like teams that draft that way. I believe your quarterback got to be the one that make everybody around them better. That's why I don't necessarily agree with taking quarterbacks from like huge programs because they have so much talent around him. They haven't really had to elevate the guys around them. They're just like way more talented than everybody else, than other athletes on the field.
but that
So
kind of
you're going
contradicts what
into
you just said though. Like
in what manner?
you don't like the way that how that they draft that way,
Mm.
but then you say you don't want to draft the best player because they have so much talent around them.
No, I'm saying, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm saying is, I don't like teams how you mentioned they already have like this great structure around them,
Uh huh.
right? I
Uh
don't
huh.
want I don't want a quarterback coming into that situation as like the final piece. I want the quarterback to be the first piece and preferably not coming from a great structure in college. Like I like them to
Okay.
come from seemingly like a lower level. Like I be crapping on Shador and stuff like that, but I don't think he
Yeah.
has great people around him. I think
Yes.
Shador makes the people around him better. So
Better.
I give him
Facts.
credit for that. And Milroe, I wouldn't pick Milroe uh top three. I would have Quinn ahead of him. I would
Mm-hmm.
have I know you probably disagree with this, but I have Beck ahead of him. I have Shador ahead of him. And
No,
honestly,
I got Beck ahead of Mero. I got Beck
okay,
1-2. That's why I
for sure,
said top three. I said top
for
three for
sure,
sure. Beck gonna go either number one for sure, or two.
for
Shador is
sure.
probably gonna go two, and Mero's probably gonna go three. Off the
Okay,
quarter,
so
out just quarterback, not in the draft, but
yeah, I
out
get
of
what
the
you're saying.
quarterback.
I get what you're saying. So you would have basically Milrow before Quinn Ewers.
Yes.
Okay,
In overall talent wise, like not just of just the quarterback position and throwing the ball and like just overall talent of him being a quarterback, and then the plus side that he can give of his athleticism, you know what I'm saying, decision making, and being able to one be the quarterback and do what we need you to do, but when all else fails, go make a play.
I feel that. I feel that.
Because that
I
comes that
feel
comes
that.
into play because you need those dogs. Like you said,
Mhm.
Sanders, he doesn't have a great amount of talent around him, but he got that dog in. So he gon' push everybody to elevate to his level, or he's just gonna do it all himself. But to have those kind of guys to make the quarterback your first piece, he gonna get beat up. Like
Yeah,
he got to be able to be endurant, to be very durable. You know what I'm saying? Be already, like you said, he's gonna be developed already, but he has to be very durable and to endure all that subpar play by the other guys that you have in until you get good people.
yeah. But moving on from this, I would have Milrow and Cam Ward kind of right bumping against each other, either or.
Mm-hmm.
If you had like, it depends on the scheme at a certain point, but for sure.
That
Um,
scheme, team, play calling, all
we was talking about upsets.
that.
Um,
Yep.
was notable upsets for you? Bless you.
Oh, no, you can go ahead. You go ahead. Pick one. I'm gonna go ahead and get my
Oh,
next one.
I had obviously I had a feeling that Missouri was going to lose to Texas A&M. I did not expect them to
Mm-hmm.
lose 40, I believe 47, anywhere from
Mm-hmm.
41 to 47 to 10. That's getting smoked. You was going on the road, Texas A&M. I believed in their head coaching hire. I love their head coaching hire for them, hiring Mike Elko away from Duke. I knew he was going to come in and have first year success. But the end to smoke Missouri like that, a top 10 team, was validation of that, man. So I really, I love upsets. I love chaos. This is a lost season for me as a college football fan, so I love to see it. Another upset that we had in there was another upset that we had in there. I guess UNLV was definitely an upset. Them losing to Syracuse in what, double or triple or overtime. That was an
Yeah.
upset. I think I could have saw that one coming. UNLV, they've been playing well this year. Beat Houston and another Power
Mm-hmm.
Four team. And then yeah,
Tar
I'll
Heels
let you
losing
go ahead.
again. Tar
Yeah,
Heels losing again. Was a very big upset. Them losing back to back weeks in a row. Off of them getting a new quarterback in after Knicks, I believe,
yeah.
went to the league.
Hooker.
Hook.
Oh, my bad, my bad. We talking about Drake May. You said Tar Heels. My bad.
Oh, May, my fault.
Yeah,
Drake
yeah,
May
yeah,
went to the Patriots. Hooker is the second quarterback from Tennessee, right?
yeah.
Okay, I want to speak on him a little later too. But yeah, just that was just a very bad upset from them guys and them just losing the way they are with them being a dominant, prominent program. One of those blue collar chip teams in the ACC, and being always fighting for a chance to be in that kind of that title game. Um, they're in the ACC, correct? I
Who was
believe they're
that?
in the ACC. The Tar Heels.
Yeah, ACC.
Yeah. Them being that prominent, and I just believe they have been falling off this year, very terribly.
Yeah, Mac Brown, he already up there in age, so maybe they should be looking to get somebody younger in there. Well, we have to see.
Innovative.
You know what I'm saying? I think another, probably the second biggest upset was Tennessee losing to Arkansas at home. Arkansas was at home. Tennessee lost to them. Tennessee was number 14 coming into this game. A lot of talk about their explosive offense, but even more talk about their dominant defense. And Arkansas was able to come out with a win. Arkansas, they've been playing well this year. Like they've been playing really well this year with Sam Pittman on the hot seat, probably the hottest seat in entire college football coming into this season with Sam Pittman. A lot of people didn't expect him to make it through last year. He was up there with Dave Aranda and Billy Napier coming in this year as far as hot seat talk. And honestly, I think this win over a top 4 team is still early in the year, but they're 2-1 in SEC play, and I believe they have a winning record. And they look good in every game that they played. I think Sam has potentially saved his job, to be in all honest. You beat a top 4 team in the nation, and we'll see how it goes as they traverse through the rest of the SEC schedule. It's going to be daunting, but he's already proven his team has the capability to beat the most talented teams on their schedules. And they should feel confident, especially after this. You be one of the highest ranked teams. Everybody in that locker room got to feel like, bro, we can win every game that we play, no matter who we play. And just look at what upsets like what Vanderbilt did. That's going to make a lot of other people feel like these teams have these highly recruited players and they always win, but we could play with them. We could beat them. They're not invincible. You know what I'm saying? But
every dog got his day, man.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna win 2% of the time, but you never know. It could be your 2%.
No, Arkansas definitely had Nico number.
Yeah.
16 for 28, 156 passing yards, no touchdowns. It was very, very bad for them.
Yeah.
They could not move the ball to save their life. Defense was standing up pretty good, fighting back, but just overall being on the field for so long, you get gassed, man. And Arkansas just found a way to push over the hump and just win. And like B said, man, every dog has his day. These teams ain't gonna just go down and lie down like they always done before. And it's gonna be a different kind of new era of football where these lower level teams are fighting to really play and really win.
Yeah, man.
But that meme of bro, back in the day, maybe it was like 2014, 2016, something like that. Whenever Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, it was so funny of him like, oh yeah, they just had beat a high ranking team and they were getting hyped up to go play Bama, and then they got blew out like 50 something to 3. It was very, very bad. Yeah, it was very, very bad.
You know what's the funniest one? And I know you won't like this. I ain't gonna say the funniest, but it's a funny one to me of a team being hyped and then getting blown out. The one where they got USC and they are
hurt my
standing
soul. I know you was gonna do it. Hurt my soul, bro. Why you gotta bring it up, man? Why you gotta bring it up? We already 2 Jets fans hurting over here. Then you gotta bring up, why you bringing up old shit?
You know what? Because memory loves company, because misery loves company. My fault.
It's all good.
Another epic one is with my Florida State Seminoles. Willie Taggart first game versus Virginia Tech. Man, them boys out there swag surfing. I swag at the kickoff. I swag and I surf. Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got beat down. But, that's
everybody to get fired.
Yeah.
Those type of ass whoopers allowed for everybody to get fired, man. It's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
But moving on to our final segment and stuff. Moving on to our final segment and stuff, I did want to highlight about we had a lot of games on the NFL schedule this year. We're just talking about Sunday right now. Well, right now, look like San Fran about to beat the Seahawks, but we got to see. So we'll move on from that one. Jacksonville at Chicago. Jacksonville at the Bears, man. They got that at minus 1.5. Me personally, Jacksonville came off their first win of the season, man. That's a good game. I'm definitely, as Jacksonville native, I'm gonna have eyes on that game right now. Chicago the favorite at -20. I'm gonna go with -20. I'm gonna put it on Chicago at home. How you feel about that?
Me personally, I will go with the Bears. Albeit they just played North Carolina. They played their first complete game, I would say. Caleb played really well. He definitely is throwing his name in that, hey, don't forget about me. I can be rookie of the year type stuff. That was his type of game that they played against North Carolina. I feel like coming off that, they have the better team. They have the more complete team, and already the defense being great. Offensive weapons on the Bears side, and DJ, Rome, all those guys, and I feel like I think they're gonna pull it out and win this game for sure.
And all that, man. Jacksonville, man, put on for the state of Florida, man. We need y'all to go out there and get a win right now for the state, for real, for real. You got Arizona at Green Bay. I believe Green Bay's quarterback, his name escapes me right now. Jordan Love, I believe, should be coming back this week, and they're at home. They're a minus 250
He
favorite.
been back.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
even better. He should be getting closer to himself, I should say.
No,
First game
yeah.
coming off an injury and all that type of stuff, he should be more himself. Plus, you're playing the Cardinals. I'm gonna go with the Packers at home in that game in Lambeau, minus 250. You got the Cleveland Browns at Philadelphia Eagles. So far, the Eagles are minus 500 favorites in that game. Um, I would have thought it would have been a little closer than that because the Eagles have been a little up and down this year. Um, Unless they're having a bunch of guys come back from injury, because a lot of guys wouldn't be hurt, man. I personally wouldn't touch this game because I truly believe it can go either way. And I guess if I was having an upset pick, this would be a potential upset for me, the Browns and the
Don't
Eagles. How
do
you
it.
feel about that game?
Don't do it. Don't pick an upset, man. Everybody coming back for Philly this week. You got AJ
Yeah.
Brown back. You got Smith
Mhm.
back. Bruh, don't pick it. Go with the Eagles. Go with the Eagles, guys.
Hey.
It's gonna be sweet and simple. Go with the Eagles. Yes, the Browns, and like I said, the Browns. I don't know if I said it on the channel yet. They like my second team. They like my little step team on the side. I rock with them. Their defense, wonderful. We don't know what they're doing at the quarterback position with the freaky deaky Deshaun. But yeah, Hope Wilson, I believe he's gonna be playing. Yeah, so maybe, but I feel like with all the weapons coming back and AJ, you know what I'm saying, being healthy, Slender Man and Smith being healthy, I don't think they're gonna really be able to stop the run game nor the pass game. So we'll go with the Eagles.
I feel you. Next up, we got Houston at New England. Houston is a minus 300 road favorite. I respect that. I'm gonna go with Houston to
It's a
come out
gimme.
with the win this year. You got Indianapolis
There you go.
at Tennessee. Right now, they got Tennessee as a minus 135 favorite. That tells me Anthony Richardson, if he's either out or he's going to come back and he isn't all the way healthy. Same thing with Jonathan Taylor. Joe Flacco at quarterback. Maybe this is why. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy that likes.
Hey, Joe Flacco did nice last
Yeah.
game.
When I
Real
see
nice.
something, I'm like,
The
man,
original Joe Shiesty.
yeah, facts. When I see something, I'm like, bruh, I know. And I be having the courage. So maybe Khalil, he's a much more, he gonna get you that bread, right? He gonna get you that bread. He's much more conservative. I'm much more like, bruh, I'm much more go with how I feel. You feel me? And that's not to say don't listen to your boy. That's to say exercise caution because I'm more riskier type situation. Because even in this
We
game,
all coming with stats, and we all coming with the,
right,
right correction of it. It's just
right,
it all just it's sports.
right. So you got like we were saying, Indianapolis at Tennessee. Right now, I would have to. Why? Who would you go with in that? Right now, Tennessee is a home 135 favorite.
I'm a fan of Will Levis so far. He's been pretty decent. Like, aight. I'll probably go with Tennessee to win this one. Close game, but Tennessee to win it.
I'm not sure if Levis is going to be playing. I think Mason
Will
Rudolph
Levis
might
not
be.
playing?
I'm not sure.
Ooh.
I think they might have Mason Rudolph in there. I know he got
Okay.
hurt last game, but
If Will Levis ain't playing, we're going the other way. We're
yeah,
going the other way. Because they can't get the ball to Ridley. They're not gonna get the ball out at all.
yeah.
So and they
Okay,
don't have a run game. Tony Pollard.
we got Tampa Bay at New Orleans. They got Tampa Bay, the Bucks, as a minus 175 road favorite at New Orleans. Well, I see that. Obviously,
Mhm.
Derek Carr is going to be out for a while, so I that to me that's a no brainer in my opinion. Derek Carr in there. They're having Spencer Rattler get his first start against a really good Tampa Bay Bucks team. Um,
Mhm.
I know you're a Spencer Rattler guy, so real quick, how you feel about Spencer Rattler?
Don't even put me and this man in the same but hey, you in the league, bro. Spencer, I think I've been hearing good things, at least from their organization and their inside. They love him. They highly respect him. They're high on his talent, and they think that he can suffice for the job. Me personally, I don't think he's the guy or will be the guy to win this particular game. I'm more high on Baker. I'm more high on the Bucks. I'm more high on their staff. The Saints have lost their last two games very terribly. Uh, I don't think they're gonna hold up for the duration of Carr being out.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on from that one, and we'll speed this up real quick. How you feel about? To me, this is the game of the week. To me, this is the game of the week. Um, Baltimore is a minus 300 favorite over the Washington Commanders, the very hot Washington Commanders. But Baltimore has been improving. Me personally, I'm gonna go with Lamar and the guys to pick up this win at home against Jaden Daniels and the boys. How you feel?
This game is predicated on Baltimore's defense. Whatever high level offense versus high level offense, because both of these teams have been putting up points. Both of these teams have been firing out. It's going to become a defensive game for sure, and it's going to be based on the more experienced defense in Baltimore, but they haven't been really playing to their capability. So it's going to be put on them. But I'll probably lean more towards the safer bet in Baltimore. So I'll just pick them to probably win it out.
Okay, then you got the Chargers at Denver right now. The Chargers are a minus 155 road favorite over Denver. Give me Denver to give avoid the upset at home, I
I
guess,
thought I
being
was
a
going to
road
be the only
favorite.
one to pick it. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to pick Denver too.
yeah,
Their
give me
defense has
Denver.
been playing phenomenal.
Yeah, and Bo Nix has been doing just enough, but I also think he's been improving as well. Give me
But that's all you
Denver
need him to
that
do to do just enough. I mean,
facts. Then you
he's shown that he's been a system guy since playing 5, 6, 7, 8 years in college. So
yeah. That boy season.
yeah,
Uh, then you got Pitt versus Las Vegas. Right now we got Pitt as a minus 165 road favorite versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm cool with that 100%. uh, in all honesty.
same.
Um, then you got Atlanta versus Carolina. Atlanta is a minus 260 road favorite.
That's not
Give me
higher.
Atlanta in that game.
That should be a lot higher.
Yeah, that's a big gap. 260. That's a big gap,
I
but
mean,
I
yeah,
I like it though.
I definitely see them boys putting up 28 on them.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, you got Detroit at Dallas. Right now, Detroit is a minus 165 road favorite. I ain't hating on that at all. Give me Detroit in that game as well. Um,
Always gonna pick over the Cowgirls.
and you got Cincinnati at the Giants. This probably the most trash game of the week. You got Cincinnati as a minus 200-point favorite over the Giants. All respect to our guy Khalil. Y'all watching this far into the show, if he watching this far into the show. All due respect. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Cincinnati as the road favorite in this one. Then our final game, we went through all the NFL games. Our final game will be Monday night. Buffalo versus the Jets. Right now, they got Buffalo as a minus 135 road favorite, road against the Jets. Man, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Jets to pull off the go ahead and be the underdog winner in this game. I just believe we got the defense that matchups well with Josh Allen and the guys. Um, I think they're gonna do just enough on offense. I like the motion of Hackett. And I think the team is gonna want to respond really well to having a new head coach, interim head coach, and a lot of them are gonna want to play for Salah, get that first win, and for the motivation to be first in the division, and it's at home. So right now, I'm gonna go. Even though we looked, but we had 3 interceptions by Aaron Rodgers last game, but we lost to a team that's now
Very
5-0
unlucky.
by 1 touchdown, and we probably should have won that game. It was a back-breaking interception on the final drive of the game. Right now, I'm gonna have the Jets pulling out the home upset against the Buffalo Bills, and we become #1 in the division. What about yourself? I know you.
Same, man. For all the reasons you said, and more, man. One thing you can bet on, and this has been statistically proven, and everybody can go check the stats. Aaron Rodgers is a prove you wrong type of guy. And when you piss him off, which is, hey, we got rid of Salah, now really time to turn up. I see Aaron Rodgers throwing for 300 plus this game. We about to go crazy.
I feel it. Real
And
quick.
he hasn't thrown 300 plus since 2020.
Yeah,
So I just want y'all to
yeah,
know that. He about to throw 300 plus this game.
for sure. That sounds insane too. But before we get up out of here, we're gonna do one more round of bets. Before we do that, man, y'all been rocking with us. Subscribe to the channel, man. Like the videos, comment on the videos, watch the shorts, engage with us, hit up the social medias, all the 3012 social medias and things of that nature, man. We appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us for the duration of time that we've been doing this podcast, the work that we put in, the research, the enjoyment that we have just cooling it on the podcast, chopping up and stuff like that. We're gonna have a couple of guests come on in the coming weeks. I know y'all like to see my boy Elmi and Coach Ken be making a return. I'm gonna have them on the pod and we're gonna chop it up. And we're gonna have a good time. And to end this one off, we're gonna do our last round of 30-12 in his bets. We're only gonna do the top 25 college football teams. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna end it off, man. We're gonna sign out. So in saying that, you got Utah at Arizona State. Right now, Utah is a minus 230 favorite at Arizona State. Um, Again, I'm a riskier guy, man. Arizona State, they've been playing better this year. I would have to go with Arizona State to pull out the upset. And I think that's a solid game, high key. Number 10, Clemson at Wake Forest, um, minus 16, 1,600 roll favorite. And I don't disagree with that. Clemson, they look pretty
About to
good
blow
this
him
year.
out.
I'm gonna go with Clemson. Um, Missouri at UMass, they ain't even got a grade for that one. That's locked, so that lets you know right there. But again, Alabama Vanderbilt at Alabama was also locked, so you got to be careful. You know, I would still
Mm-hmm.
pick Missouri to win in that game. Got South Carolina at Alabama. Bama is a minus 1,600 favorite at home. Man, I like
Jeez,
South
that
Carolina.
number swing.
Yeah, I like South
Yeah,
Carolina, man. They got them as a heavy, heavy favorite at home, man. I
yeah.
can see. I could see an upset in this game, man. But right
It's
now,
because of Carolina's offense, though. Because they always have a good defense. It's because of their offense. They don't believe that they're gonna be able to move the ball.
I like Lil Norris, man. I like
Yeah,
Goggins.
but they they ain't Bama. But I guess you could say Vanderbilt wasn't Bama neither. So
Thanks. Right now I would play it safe though. I ain't gonna go all risk and go gung
yeah.
ho. I'm gonna say Bama will pull out that game at home.
I mean, Bama just got disrespected. I don't think they want to feel that 2 weeks in a row. Then they
Yeah.
about to blow these boys
um,
out. They
you got
got to.
California at number 22 Pitt. Pitt is a minus 150 home favorite. Give me Pitt in that game for sure. Um, let's go down to the ranked games. Penn State at USC. Right now, Penn State is a minus 180 road favorite at USC. I'll go first in that one. If Byron want to comment on this one at all, I would pick Penn State to pull out this victory in this game. I believe their defense is elite, and Drew Allar, he's been way better this year. I like Penn State in this game. Number 4, Penn State at USC.
I think my team and the Trojans have been exceeding the new transfer over to the new conference. We've been exceeding expectations. A lot of teams thought we wouldn't be able to handle that physicality amongst speed, and we've been doing just pretty fine. I still think we can rock this win it out, but that's just me being biased, and I'm gonna be biased of my team, the Jets, and like the USC Trojans. But hey,
USC actually they was part of the upsets we didn't mention. They was number
yeah, we've
11
been
last
fighting.
week.
We've been
Huh?
fighting. I said we've been fighting. Like
Yeah.
I said, a lot of player, like a lot of just people in general that's in college facilities, the college around that, just thought, hey, USC, you know what I'm saying? They were ass when we had Caleb as a offensive team and defensive team. They're gonna be ass now moving from the pack over to what I'm saying to the Big Ten. So with even better talent. So I don't think I think we've been exceeding all expectations.
Yeah, but they lost to Minnesota last week, man. I can't excuse that. That's
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
But hey, you see the bounce back though. You see the
hopefully
bounce back.
I don't think it's gonna be this week, but hey,
Hey,
hey.
we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
You
It's gonna
got
be a close one.
Purdue at number 23 Illinois. Illinois is a minus 1,800 home favorite. Give me Illinois in that game. Purdue just fired their offensive coordinator. It's going to take them a couple weeks to get back on track. Stanford at number 11 Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a minus 250, minus 2,500 home favorite. Um, that's a good line in my opinion. I would go with Notre Dame to win that game with the rivalry game there. Two more games. I'll say this one first. You got Arizona at number 14, BYU. Right now, BYU is a minus 160 home favorite. BYU is playing really good defensively this year. One of the best defenses in the country. Solid on offense.
They
Again,
let me down on one of my plays a
yeah,
couple weeks ago.
I would personally go with Arizona in this game to pull off the road upset in this
Yeah,
game. Um, and that should let you know we probably need my boy Khalil back, so y'all get y'all
yeah.
bread, man. But I respect myself too, and listen, I put in the time and work too, man. And I just think in this game, Arizona has what it takes to outpace BYU in this game, especially with, in my opinion, the second best receiver, maybe even the first that's going to be in this draft in Tatario McMillan. Um, Last but not least, we're going to end it off on this one, the biggest game of the weekend in college football. Always a huge game, the Red River rivalry. Um, there was one more game we missed. It had to. Yeah, there was
Oregon.
one more game we missed. It was the Ohio State Oregon play this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah. That's
yeah,
the
that's a big
biggest
game
game
too.
actually. Before we get to the Red River,
Yeah, that's the biggest
go with
one.
it.
Nah,
Yeah,
Oregon the bigger game. Yeah, go with this one first.
I don't know, man. The Red River rivalry is a tough game, man. Number one,
Yeah,
Texas at number 18, Oklahoma. Right now, Texas is a road favorite, minus 700 road favorite, a big road favorite. Um, Oklahoma has been having problems at QB this year. That's always super tough to have problems at that position. But they have, I think Michael Hawkins. I could be wrong. OU fans, get in the comments. Let me know his name in the comments. True freshman has looked solid in their past couple games. Man, OU is coming in confident that they can win this game. Man, they pulled a couple upsets in the past years in this game. But I think Texas this year, man, is playing too well. They playing too good, man. And I will have Texas to go on the road and beat Oklahoma at home. But again, like
yeah,
every year, this is gonna be an
a fight.
explosive, great game to watch, man. But they have it listed, but it came and popped in my head because a friend of mine is going to the game, Ohio State at Oregon. Um, they don't have the numbers listed here. I have to imagine Ohio State is a slight road favorite. And I would have to stick with that prediction, Ohio State to pull out the dub on the road. What about yourself?
I'm going with the O. I gotta go with the O, man. We're going with Oregon, and not the O you thought I was gonna go with. Gotcha. Nah, but I'm going. I'm going with Oregon. Speed kills.
You going
Wonderful
Oregon?
talent.
Okay,
Yeah, wonderful
okay.
talent over there on the different side. I'm a Ducks fan. You know what I'm saying? Love those guys over there. And I feel like they got the talent to pull it out and beat the Buckeyes for sure.
Yeah, pulling out is definitely a talent. I unfortunately don't
Hey.
have it, but but
Wow.
I think Ohio State is gonna
Hey.
yeah, yeah. I think Ohio State is gonna have a good day on the ground, man. That's definitely the game, but damn near the college football season. If you love watching college football, this is gonna be that game to watch, man. This is the first
Facts.
time really that Ohio State is gonna be tested. Now they play Iowa, but you know Iowa ain't really got no offense like that. This is a game where you're playing against a complete team. Oregon
Facts.
hasn't been as dominant as we thought it would be this year, but they're undefeated and they've been, you know, winning handedly, but just not as dominant. Maybe they make a statement at home against the Buckeyes, man. But Jeremiah Smith, him and Ryan Williams, in my opinion, have been two of the best freshmen in the country, if not the best, and they already look like NFL talent. And so the Ducks gonna have to come with it in the secondary. I love Jabbar Muhammad, cornerback for Oregon. Get on the channel and watch videos that we did for the top 10 players for both Ohio State and Oregon. And on each of those teams, you can see all of those top 10 players at the next level next year. That's how talented each of those teams are. And they have guys after that who you expect to be at the next level. So just to say something like that, man, that's going to be the game of the week. That's going to be a good place to end it off. My guy went with the Oregon Ducks as the home favorite. I'm going with the Buckeyes to win it on the roads. Shout out to 32 Innings Podcast. I think that was a good episode, man. Y'all get in the comments.
Almost
Let us know what
definitely.
y'all think.